Marvel created a Hulk so powerful he didn't just surpass Bruce Banner. He became the monster Bruce was always afraid of. This is Maestro, a future version of the Hulk who survived a nuclear war, outsmarted the world's greatest heroes, and became the ruler of what was left. From the past to the present and even the future, the Incredible Hulk has gone through many different changes. Maybe even more than characters like Superman or Spider-Man. Well, kind of. Then again, the Hulk hasn't had nearly as many comic book runs as the other two. After all, we are talking about thousands of Clark Kent and Peter Parker stories. The most popular characters of their respectable companies besides Batman or maybe Wolverine. Anyway, my best performing video today was the one I made about the Jolly Green Giant, the future version, Hulk 2099. I figure it's only right to cover other versions of the character also. The character was created by Peter David and artist George Perez. First appeared in Incredible Hulk Future Imperfect issue 1 December 1992. Maestro is a future twisted version of the Hulk from a dystopian world, combining Bruce Banner intelligence with the Hulk's overwhelming power. The Bruce in this reality is a full-on dictator, with over a decade of experience maintaining control. In this future, Maestro reigns over a world left in ruins by a nuclear war. It's an event that killed nearly most of the population. Only a handful of survivors remain.
Tiana, Khadijah, Lenny Carvel, him, her, him, bodies.
Including characters like Hercules and Rick Jones. Still, having Thor, the almighty god of thunder, dying off panel is crazy. But it makes sense though. In this particular story, if Thor was still alive, he would have beat the fuck out of the Hulk, the Maestro in general. So it makes sense. Hercules, while he might beat him, I don't think he would have killed him. Still, having Thor, the literal god of thunder, dying off panel feels like bad writing to me. This is the same character who can survive in space. A body made to resist things like viruses and toxins that Earth can throw at him. So the idea that nukes made from the same planet was able to take him out, sure I guess. When it comes to Maestro's powers, not much has changed compared to the original. He still has all the standard abilities of the Hulk. The biggest difference between him and the original and most of the variants is that Maestro doesn't grow physically stronger the angrier he gets. Honestly, that might sound like one of the character's biggest downgrades. You would think, but not really. Instead of relying on rage, Maestro fights with intelligence and long-term strategy, choosing brains over brawn. His strength is stable and controlled, and with living through decades of radiation exposure has already made him incredibly powerful. So even though he doesn't scale endlessly with anger, he still wins by thanking his enemies. The fight heavily favors Maestro. After decades of surviving in a radiation-filled wasteland, that was to be expected. I mean, come on. Even with the infinite strength increase, it still wasn't enough. Maestro is stronger, quicker, and far more used to fighting himself, or people above or on his level. In a direct clash showing that raw strength isn't everything, or isn't enough, Hulk got his ass choked out. I mean, Maestro had him in a UFC headlock. I never seen a character to do that to Hulk before, besides Thanos in the MCU. So that was funny. He was also put into a head brace because his neck was broken. In the end, Hulk was finally able to beat Maestro by tricking him with the help from Rick Jones with the time machine by sending him back in time to the exact moment of the gamma bomb explosion that originally created the Hulk. Being caught in that explosion took out my boy. Oh yeah, another thing to mention. Marvel, I'm gonna need a new Hulk game. Maybe like 2-4 years after the Wolverine game drops. I'm just saying, that's money. While writing this, I just saw the trailer for Spider-Man Noir, and I gotta say, it's great seeing my boy Nicolas Cage back in a superhero role. The first Ghost Rider movie is still in my top 10 movies of all time. I know a lot of people didn't like the sequel, but I thought it was pretty.
Thumbs up.
Anyway, the fight scenes with Ray Carrigan. Wait a minute, are you guys telling me that the kid that Johnny had to protect was Danny Ketch? The fuck? It's important because in the comic, Donnie is Johnny Blaze's half-brother and eventually become the next Ghost Rider host. No wonder this movie flopped.